Hi, everyone. It's Sarah Lopez with your Miss North Quabbin Petite sash right here. And this is now part 4 of my Caring Community series. So I have Julie Davis with me today from Quabbin Harvest. Hi, Julie.
Hello.
All right. You look great. I love the background with like your fruit painting back there. And so you've been having a pretty good week?
We've been having a really, really busy week. We have seen a steady increase in our sales, which is an unfortunate side effect of all of everything that's going on right now. But we've realized that people are starting to come to us and see us as a safe resource, one that they can shop at reliably and they can shop at safely because of our safety precautions that we've put in place, and also the curbside shopping and curbside pickup options that we instituted at the beginning of the COVID crisis.
Absolutely. So for someone who is newer to the area or maybe doesn't know like where you are, say they're driving along Route 2, they see that there's a grocery store on their GPS. So where are you located? And basically just like a brief background of Quabbin Harvest and how it came to be.
Sure. So we are at 12 North Main Street in Orange, Massachusetts. We are about 4 minutes off of Route 2. You take exit 15, take a right and drive straight until you see our building, which is actually a converted bank building. And we have a beautiful art installation on the outside. We have a mural that goes from ground to roof, painted by the incredible Susan Marshall. And it shows, it's a mural of growth of plants growing all the way up with tomatoes and corn, and it's absolutely breathtaking. So once you see the mural, we tell everybody you've arrived. We are a small, independent, cooperative grocery store. Basically, we're a mini grocery store. We are cooperative, which means that we're owned by our members, but we do offer a variety of items, just like a grocery store, just on a smaller scale. And now in this time that we're living in, we're offering curbside pickup with email shopping, contactless shopping, and then we don't have any plans actually of stopping curbside pickup at any point in time. So anyone can take advantage of that. Cooperatives sometimes have a bad rap thinking that only members can shop there. We joke, we say we're not BJs. Anybody can come in. And we take all forms of payment, including SNAP, which is EBT. We're also a healthy incentives program retailer, which is a program that the Department of Transitional Assistance has created for low-income folks to get fresh fruits and veggies every week through our CSA program.
That's wonderful. So yeah, it sounds like everything's been, picking up, and it's great that you haven't had to, close because you're essential. So we really appreciate the services that you're offering to our community. So if you could describe like Quabbin Harvest and, the brand in 3 words, like what would those 3 words be?
We would be, right now, without a doubt, we would be community. We would be caring, and we would be solid.
Yes. I love it. Yeah, your building is beautiful. So I play Pokemon Go in the area a lot, so I'm like always going by it. So I wish I stopped in before this all started, but I definitely know I will be in more.
Yeah, there's a gym up the street at the
Historical Society. Yep. And I mean, when this is all over, like you could even be a stop and be sponsored and offer like special incentives, because I know that's something that they started, but I think it's on pause right now with the pandemic. But we can talk more about that offline for sure.
I've done many a walk around with my kids playing Pokemon Go, and maybe we cheated a couple of times and we drove.
Hey, as long as you're getting out there and seeing your community, I think that's the whole point.
Exactly.
All right. Awesome. So you have the curbside pickup that you had mentioned. So do you list your availability on your website, or is it social media that people can find that info?
Sure. So I actually do a Facebook Live tour of the store once a week, every Wednesday at 1 o'clock. And that actually was born out of this crisis, because people heard that we offered curbside pickup and contactless shopping, but they had never been in our store before. We've been in our location for 5 years, and we're still every day getting people either coming in or contacting us saying, I didn't even know you existed. So to make people's shopping experiences easier, to acquaint them with the structure of the store, what products we offer, I started 4 weeks ago, because Wednesday was my 4th Facebook Live, doing a tour of the store, showing what was in stock, breaking the news that toilet paper wasn't in stock, showing that we had a shipment of baking yeast, but to really kind of explain to people that the stock level that we have isn't like a grocery store in that it's not always super constant, and sometimes it does fluctuate. Maybe I can't get one brand of pasta sauce this week, but I can get a different brand. So we have a little bit of a flux in our stock. So doing those Facebook Live tours allowed people to walk the store with me, to be acquainted with the size, to be acquainted with the variety that we offer, and also then to guide their shopping and their grocery lists. So if you were going to take advantage of my curbside pickup tomorrow, you would send me an email at quabbinharvest@gmail.com and give me your entire shopping list. Then one of the people on our team would read your email and then would respond saying, we don't have that. We have this, it's a nice substitute. Would you like to try it? What quantity of apples do you want? So on and so forth. And we would go back to you and we do a little back and forth to solidify the list. Then we print it out and we shop it. And then we actually ring it up at the register and put it on hold. Then we give you a call with the total, take the payment over the phone, and you then call us when you get to the front of the store, when you drive up, tell us what kind of make and model of your vehicle you have, you pop your trunk, we bring the groceries out to you. We take payment over the phone. We don't ever write any card numbers down. And we can promise you that all of us don't have memories to remember any card numbers. So we don't worry about that. But then we walk out, we're masked and gloved. We put it in your trunk and we walk away. So you're able to get a full grocery store experience with what we offer without ever having to worry about setting foot inside a store. And that also includes our pre-order program, where if you wanted to, say, stock up and buy a bag of rice because you wanted to just have that in your pantry, you can do that as well. We offer discounts for that. So we really have kind of taken what we've always been and just expanded it by offering it this curbside. And a lot of it is driven by social media, specifically Facebook, and specifically the Facebook Live tours.
That's a really, really great idea. And I think once people find out about it, I think they'll definitely, steal that. So great job getting that started.
I may actually be sharing that already with other local business owners about how we're doing it. And I will say each week, probably, 5 to 10 new customers come to us every week saying, I found you on Facebook because somebody sent me the link to your tour. And they're shopping with us. They've never been in my store. Some people have honestly never set foot inside the door of the store, but are here, they're shopping with us, and we're able to fill a need for the community. That makes us really proud.
I love it. That's wonderful. And, speaking of filling those needs, so I saw recently that you started a partnership with the Mount Tully Kennels.
So our rationale was everybody needs to eat. And the core mission of the co-op is to provide affordable and healthy food to our community. And I have 2 dogs, and I shop at Mount Tully Kennels. That's actually where we get our dog food from, and we love Steve and Teresa. So we, as all small businesses, have been talking with each other about shortfalls and struggles and losses in business. And for a lot of the local businesses, it's been a very different story than the one that I have right now. We've been blessed by all of the extra attention that we've been getting and being able to fill that need. Steve and Teresa on the other side they can't do a lot of their day-to-day business. So they're open for pet food, but a lot of people are not maybe wanting to make the drive all the way out there. So what we're offering is the same kind of phone shopping and phone ordering with Steve at Mount Tully Kennels. And then they drive the pet food to Quabbin Harvest, and then you can do curbside pickup with your grocery shopping. And you can place the order up until 9 o'clock Wednesday morning, and it comes Wednesday afternoon. So right now we're doing once a week. And then if need arises and interest increases, then we'll up it to more than one time a week.
That's an amazing example of just, two local businesses coming together. And I think that's, you really hit that home. Like, we really need to be community right now. So that leads me to my next question. So it's been all over the news about, the factory farms and meat supply. So what do you offer in terms of, meat supply?
Sure. That's been one of the, I'm going to take it one step back and then bring it back to your meat and talk about local supply in general.
Yeah.
This has been probably the most educational experience for me as a buyer. And it's forced me as a buyer to go outside of my comfort zone and break my regular routines of supply chain. And it's highlighted the availability of a local food chain and local supply source that we didn't take advantage of and really didn't fully understand before this all started. So meat, for example, I text my farmer when I need meat. And he then, say our pork provider, for example, he's over the line in New Hampshire. I text him and I say, hey, this is where I'm at. This is what I need. What have you got? And we go back and forth. And within 2 days, there's a delivery in my store. It's a very different experience. Same thing with chicken. So chicken is in high demand right now. And it is in limited supply even for us, but we have a relationship with Diamond Farm over in Wendell, and we've always had their fresh chicken. So when it's available and when they can get it to us, which is about every week and a half right now, we get a fresh chicken delivery. Beef, same thing. We have farmers. So when we need beef, we call our local farmers. We're not reliant on factory farms and feedlots. We're reliant on our neighbors, which I think has really strengthened our community and brought us closer together and really has us working together as a group. And I think that's going to be the key to our resiliency through this entire crisis.
I love it. I'm sorry, my cat is being
That's okay.
a
My
cat.
dog's over here whining. I have a husky, so all she does is talk. So I'm like, stop. She's mad at me because we're not doing that W thing that she would like to be doing right now.
I know. I think mine's trying to like bring her little toy that's like her baby out. So
I actually I did an interview last week with our local TV station with Brenda as well. And mid interview, my two started wrestling in the living room and I was in the kitchen and I'm like, it's okay. I promise they're not hurting each other. They're actually playing, but they're just being really loud. I have a 70-odd pound American bulldog and a 40-pound sled dog style husky, and they can romp with the best of them.
Oh my goodness, I believe it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, so yeah, pets need attention too during this time.
Pets do, and that actually, going back to the pet food thing, when we first started getting the email orders that we were getting for groceries shopping, it was pet food, cat litter, pet supplies. And that's not something that we've ever stopped because there are a few things that I kind of lump together. Pet food, shampoo, and vitamins, everybody has their own kind that they like. So there's no way that I could stock everything. Yeah. So it really highlighted that need for us to think about reaching out to Steve and Teresa at Mount Tully Kennels and creating that partnership, because then that allowed me to offer that to our customers who also maybe hadn't shopped at Mount Tully, but got to realize the amazingness that is our local pet store, which it's such a great place.
Oh, good. I know I need to look into that as well, because our cat, we spoil her with like 2 cans of wet food a day. So.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And it does. They've got really good food. I have both of my guys on a seafood-based diet because it helps with skin issues and shedding. So Steve always makes sure to have the kind of dog food that we use in stock, which is another one of those like local benefits. Like I can walk into Tractor Supply and be like, hey, where's my Earthborn Coastal Catch? And they're like, we don't have it. I'll call Steve and be like, hey, where's the Earthborn Coastal Catch? He's like, I've got it coming in tomorrow. I knew you were close to being out because I know you buy a bag every 3 weeks. Like, that's the difference that local connection really makes. And that's the same thing that we have, and actually relationships that we've developed with our customers, even new customers that maybe we hadn't interacted with before. We know shopping patterns now, and we know what people are looking for. So now when Paul calls or emails and says, I'd like bananas, we know that he wants 2 bunches of bananas. Like, you can't get that at a grocery store, like a traditional grocery store. So we're evolving with it as well, and we're learning from it, and I think we're growing from it as in addition to, and it's awesome. It's been a good time. It's stressful and it's long hours. We are still open our same hours. We're still maintaining our regular schedule. We're just working a lot harder during those hours that we're open.
Yeah, absolutely. It's what you just said. That was beautiful. Everything, keep it local.
That's the only way. I think really that's the only way that we're going to come through this successfully, is if we double down and look at our local supply chains and look at our local food sources. And we've gotten away from that. We've gotten stuck on what brand of ketchup we buy, not whether or not we have ketchup.
Yes.
And you can get all of the things. We've always said that shopping at the co-op is an experience, and you have to learn how to shop the co-op. So you have to walk in with an open mind and a general idea of where you're going. Now, don't get me wrong. I still buy Oreos for my teenagers. We have to have Oreos in the house. There's nothing, I'm not saying like you shouldn't buy those things, but for the most part, if you're going grocery shopping and you need pasta, there's a lot of pasta. And I'm Italian, so I can talk about pasta.
Oh yeah.
I make pasta, but like if you're shopping at the co-op, if you have an open mind, you can tick all of your bases and cross all of your things off your shopping list, except for chicken or toilet paper right now, because neither one of those are available. But you can make it work on a smaller scale, supporting a local business.
Yes. Retweet. I love it. So my last kind of question for you is, I hear that, you've really rallied around the community with helping, individuals and organizations, but can you talk a little bit about how the community had rallied around Quabbin Harvest just before this all started?
Sure. If you had talked to me 10 weeks ago, we'd be having a really different conversation. At the end of January, we were facing bankruptcy. We had been in our current location for 5 years. We were in debt by a lot, and we were approaching being unable to keep the doors open. I had to keep the lights on. So we had an emergency membership meeting in February, and we laid it out, and we explained to people that we were about to go bankrupt unless we were able to fundraise a pretty significant amount of money in a short period of time. We were looking at about a 10-day window to raise over $30,000. And we are blessed. We had such amazing creative community outreach and member outreach and member reach out that we actually were able to exceed that goal and keep the doors open and start to pay off vendors and farmers and the electric company and get ourselves to start to be back on track. It was still going to be tenuous. It was still going to be a rough go, and it was going to be, we were going to have to tighten our our belts even more than we had already. We were running a really lean operation, and we were going to have to make even more cuts to stay open, and we were committed to doing it. And then COVID happened, and everything changed. We saw an exponential increase, and we're still seeing an exponential increase in sales on a weekly basis. And every single day I'm thankful. I'm thankful for the community commitment to us and their trust in us. They trust us with their food, which I don't think there's much more that you can trust someone with. There isn't any greater sign than to trust someone with your food. And now we're at a place where we've actually hired staff. We're providing more jobs in our area right now, which is crazy and wonderful. And again, it's a blessing. It's frontline work in a different way. There's still a lot of exposure, but we're significantly limited in our exposure, and we have instituted our curbside pickup, which then allows us to mitigate our exposure to people and allows people to come to us without any exposure on that side as well. And we're looking at another week of amazing sales. And we know that it's not forever, because we hope that things open back up and people get back out. But we hope that people have seen what we offer, what we do, and how much we care. And we hope that they continue and come back and shop with us and keep exploring and keep learning and keep seeing all those new and local supply chains, because it's just about growing season and our farmers are ready to go strong. They've got plans. They're coming at me already with emails of things that they're going to have in the next couple of weeks. We already have some local greens, and now is just the beginning of what's going to be an incredible season.
I love it. Leave off on a positive note. It's great. So again, you're on Facebook. So every Wednesday are those lives. Are you on Instagram as well?
We are. Our Instagram game. We're learning. We're learning. I've actually gotten some lessons from my 17-year-old about things like boomerangs. Didn't know that was a thing. We're getting there.
Awesome.
But we are working on that. We are really big on Facebook. The other thing that we show a lot on Facebook is Nalini's Kitchen and the food that we have that's prepared in store. We have an amazing woman who cooks in the store twice a week, and she cooks everything from everywhere. She's from Guyana, so she has a really solid Indian influence in her background, but she lived in the Southwest. So she's got a really great kind of Southwestern Mexican flavor. And then sometimes some Thai comes out, and sometimes. So
yeah,
she
I
does
saw sushi one time on on Facebook.
Yep,
yeah,
she does. And the big thing for her right now, one of the focuses that she's getting to is actually turning our kitchen and by extension our store to zero waste. Hold on. No. Go lay down. Go. And we're starting to wrestle. So she's trying to turn our store to zero waste, meaning that we will not throw away any food. That's a commitment from her, which I think is incredible. And it's so respectful to the earth and the community and our farmers who work so hard to grow the food that we use. But she makes food, and then we actually cool it and we package it. We don't serve hot. We really don't. I'm gonna. Timber, go lay down. It's like having toddlers all over.
Yeah.
Except they're 7. Like, they should know better.
Exactly.
So anyways, so she cooks a bunch of really amazing food in a great range of prices, and then we put that in the cold case so people can buy it and take it home and enjoy it over the course of the week. Most everything is either vegetarian or vegan, except on those days that she makes things like chicken curry or sushi, which is incredible. And it's also a really great blessing for us in the community, just offering another option for food choices for takeout. And the entirety of what she makes is also available for curbside. So I put a lot of pictures on Facebook of what she's made that day, and people can call and order over the phone, and then we'll drop your lunch in your back seat for you.
Wow, wow. So many options. So we have
Oh my God, yeah.
groceries, we have pet food, we have fresh takeout. So I'm going to put up the slide at the end of this so you know where to follow. And,
Okay.
you know, please support, you know, if you don't have to be a member, but I'm sure becoming a member with the growing season happening, now is as good a time as any.
There's lots of really amazing benefits to being a member. There are quite a few different discounts. There's Member Appreciation Day. We actually have one coming up in June. We don't offer a daily discount because it's really not, it doesn't make sense to offer 1%. To save a penny on a dollar is kind of, it's something that actually most co-ops are moving away from. So what we do is a Member Appreciation Day where you get 10% off your entire purchase. We also offer discounts on bulk ordering, pre-ordering some really amazing bread once Rose 32 reopens. Lots of different discounts that way. We have a partnership with Orange Oil. So if you're a member with us, you get 5 cents off every gallon of oil, 7 cents off if you're a senior. So there's a lot of different membership benefits, but it is not required to shop in the store.
Love it. All right. So Julie, thank you so much. I think myself and everyone who's watching this is going to learn a ton, not only about, you know, your store, but just why shopping local right now is more important than ever. So I really thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for this. This has been really great. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you again. Take care.
Bye.